Crafty Nana, coming with an update. I've been up to an awful lot. I've been getting things done. I've been making stuff. I've been doing the do.
It's the Crafty Nana in her arts and crafts studio.
I do like to share what I do, and I do like to try and keep, inspiring people and encouraging people to have a go and try different things and to make stuff. So, with no further ado, we'll have a look at what I've been up to. So I've just set up some old batik fabric, and I moved upstairs because we have the natural daylight. Downstairs is this big porch that you can see out here, and it stops the light getting into the main living room, and my working area is right at the back of that, so I don't get much daylight. So I brought it upstairs and I'm going to film it here. So first of all, I made a purple set because I have pink and I have green, but I didn't have any purple, and I often wear purple and I love purple, so I made a little purple set. So we have a little bead here with it's a Venetian bead with a gold dust in it. We have a natural crystal. We have two little amethysts. We have our bug. We have some beading, and as you know, I love to make the matching earrings. So I think that's quite cute, and I know it'll get worn. Now I did want to make another one of these tiger beetles with, sorry, my cat's just joined me, because where I've set up is in front of his scratch post. He's decided he needs to have a scratch. Hello baby, what you doing? What you up to? You come to be with me? Come on then. You're gonna be bee. You're gonna be bee. Right, so tiger eye and tiger beetle with a nice little fossil. Really like this. And I did make this one specifically to be able to sell it, because I don't want to sell my original one, although I think I've got to make some earrings to go with this, so I will make some earrings. This is just a little hair clip that I made. I rather like, I've just left it in sort of like an antique silver, so I used the silver leaf on it, and then I put some black acrylic over that and then varnished it, and I think it looks really good. I think it really looks like a little Victorian hairpin. Right, so moving on. I've been making scarab beetles with my mold and resin, and I've bought recently a little tiny scarab mold which creates these little tiny bits, and already I've started a big scarab necklace, and then I've made scarab earrings, neither of which projects are finished yet, but they're on their way. You can see them happening. They're going to be cool. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited for it. I think I love scarabs. I absolutely always have loved scarabs, and I think they're having a little bit of a moment at the moment, so let's go for it. I like these winged ones. Do you like them as well, baby? You like them? They good? Okay, I'm glad they're good. So let's come back this way a bit. Try not to jump too hard. A couple of butterfly hairpins there, all nice and sparkly, little diamonds put into them. I bought this for myself. I try not to buy pre-made, but I saw this and I thought he was lovely colourway, and I thought I would wear him, so he came to add to my collection. And I'm admitting to him. He wasn't expensive, but I think he's cute. There's another hair clip there, and a really rather lovely bee hair clip. I might make him a pair. I think he's really delicious. Now I put these earrings here because I found the, no, please don't jump up. Don't jump up, just don't. Sorry, I'm having to restrict him. He's determined that he wants to be up here. There's just no room for a cat. You can come up here, be on my lap if you want to. You're a bit big. Oh no, he has to go up. Yeah, there's a light up there. If you go up there, you're going to knock the light off. Just, can we get off now? No. I'm just going to sit on my paper and on my jewellery and just be in the way. Okay, we'll just try and ignore him. Try and ignore Jean-Claude. the naughty. No, because he's coming this way. Can you get down, please? That's what happens when you have needy animals that want your attention all the time. Go away. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I was talking about these earrings. Goodness, these hard work. So these I found in an antique shop in Singapore many, many moons ago. They are in silver. They need a good clean. But they are so heavy that my little old earlobes can't really cope with them anymore because they pull down. So I'm thinking that I might make these into pieces and then hang them. We'll see. But I don't think I can use them as earrings. They are just too heavy. So we haven't done this one yet. This is another of my biggest beetles. Now, I bought some leaf. When you heat the metal up, it can change colours. And I thought that this was amazing. Unfortunately, when I actually used it, I didn't quite get the effect that I wanted. I did this beetle and I did this beetle. I think I'm going to have to practice a bit more. Maybe I used one of the first sheets that wasn't quite so colourful. But I think I want a richer mix of the colours across the beetles. Now, I've just been experimenting with this beautiful orange agate. I think that this would look really pretty with this beetle, and I've put orange agate with this beautiful green in between, but I think it needs gold discs in between that. So I'll have a little play with that until I'm happy with what it will work with, but I do love the colours, and I think he probably also needs some dingles, just because I like to add dingles to everything. I've made this little turquoise one here. I think he's, or she, I think it should probably be a she. With this sort of moonstony finish to it, I think is rather nice. A nice soft bead here that I'm going to use with it, maybe a dingle. But yes, that's another one that's happening. I've got a pair of circles here with a little bug on that I think I'm going to make earrings to go with this pink one, because I don't like the earrings that I made for it originally, because that was like one of the first things I ever did, and I think the earrings are a little bit uninteresting. So I'm going to try making a little pair of roundels with little beads at the bottom and little pink metallic bugs on them. So that's a watch this space sort of situation. There's a little slump glass ring that I made, a little marble that I slumped down, but I really rather like the stripe going right across it. I think it's rather attractive with this lovely sort of cream colour behind, and then the white with slightly blue coloration to it. I think this will make a really nice ring, so I made that one. Next area, as I said, I'm going to make earrings to go with this. I have blinged it up a little bit more. As I said, I'm always working on these things. They're never sort of done. There's no it's done now. Everything gets worked on. So I was planning to make another blue and moonstone one, but this turned into a darker borealis blue purpley one, and he's rather gorgeous, and I'm not sorry, he's rather lovely. So there we go, really rich hues of blues, and a nice dark aurora borealis chain, and lots of beautiful dangles with a nice chunk of crystal at the bottom. Next, now I have already done this in a try on. I don't know how close to you seeing this that will come out, but I bought some earrings. I bought 2 pairs of earrings, and I made 3 of them into a necklace, which even with my maths that tells me there should be 1 left over, so I made 1 into a ring, which I think worked out rather nicely, but didn't just make 1 ring, because the top part of the necklace is also rather attractive, and so I made that into a ring as well. Just trying to get a good picture here. So we have 2 rings, and the necklace, and then we have earrings, again with the same tops, and a brooch. So this makes quite an over-the-top, very over-the-top. Couldn't be much more over the top, could it? But I think it's rather fun, and it did look good with the outfit that I put it with, and I've enjoyed it. Now, I know you've seen the cherries, but again, it's that maths thing. I added one cherry in here. I had 2 cherries for the earrings, and that left me with 1 more cherry, and so again, I made a ring. I do love matchy-matchies. I'm bringing it over here because you can't really see it over there. I do love matchy-matchies, so I'm very happy to have that whole set with the ring and the cherries. Really, really cute. So this is the cute little cherry t-shirt that I did the jewellery to go with. And I think it goes very well, and it's going to look really, really cute. So that's going to be a fun little outfit to do. I've saved that to do with a whole summer set, because obviously what could be more summery than pink and scarlet cherries. So I'm looking forward to doing that one. Got 4 outfits ready to go, but I'm just hanging on a little bit further until we get more into spring and summer before I pop those ones out. On to my last item of the day. I talked to you about making the handmade paper in the net frames with my children, because it's really fun recycling, and it's very hands-on, and it's goopy and it's messy. There's nothing children like more, but it's also showing that things can be remade and repurposed. So the little girl that's doing this currently has a very pink vibe going on in her life, and we had large arguments. We had continuous battles, I think is probably closer to the truth, because she wanted a pink sky, pink clouds, pink mountains, pink hills, pink house, pink sheep. Everything had to be pink, and I did explain that if everything's the same colour, very difficult to actually see anything in the picture. But we came to a little bit of a compromise. So we have a pink tinge to our sheep, we have pink hills, we have a pink metallic glow on the glow on the clouds, and I said she could put lots of pink flowers in the picture. How cute is this? So all those lovely textures of paper, and I'm getting her, these last bits aren't stuck down yet, she's got to play with them, and she's got to draw lots of reeds and plants and bushes and things on them. And I think we need some little white daisies in with our sheep, and our sheep will need some little black legs. We added glitter, we added metallic paint, we added all sorts of things. We've got our little house, we've got our golden sun, little clouds. I think this is very satisfying, a very nice art. Really, for any age group, this is very nice to play with. And because it's all this lovely rough texture, and because the paper is all bumpy and lumpy and you can tear it in different ways, you get some fabulous textures that really bring woolly sheep and rough hills and trees and everything to life. Even the house and the roof, you know, we used a slightly smoother area of the paper for that. But that's the thing, the paper's got lots of different textures and patterns, and some of it we've left natural colours, some of it we've, you know, painted, and other bits, you know, we're just working on at the moment. But very satisfying, really good fun to do. Make yourself some paper, have a bit of, get your kids making it, get your grandkids making it, enjoy yourselves, have some fun doing that. I highly recommend it as a couple of days worth of activities. Obviously it does take a little while for the paper to dry to the point where you can use it. You can cheat a little bit and speed it up with a hairdryer, but you know, it's better to work in advance and know what you're doing and have some time for it to dry out properly before you start on it. And also when you're painting it, quite often I find for the larger areas a sponge better to use than a brush for the kids, because the paper can be quite fragile and you don't want it sort of dropping to bits whilst they're painting it. So a sponge works really well, especially as you can marble the colours up and get nice textures. It's good. It's good. So that's really today. I think there's a fair amount there. I have recently been posting off a few things to, friends' parcels that were really thoroughly overdue. And I'm thinking now that maybe I could post jewellery to the UK and other foreign countries if the postage is about 90 ringgit. We're talking about in British pounds, that would be about, well, under £20. Under £20. It is a lot of money, but if it was something that you really wanted, it might be doable. The smaller parcels I can do for 60 ringgit, which is about £12, £13, but there might be a weight issue, so if it was something that was a little bit heavier, that might not work out. But I'm going to continue to look into it and see what I can do, because I'd like this to happen. I'd like this to work. I probably won't do it immediately anyway, because as I said, I might have this exhibition coming up, and if I do the exhibition, I've got to have the stuff to exhibit. In fact, I've got to go now and take some photographs, because I do judging for an art school locally, and they're throughout the city, and they all come together every year and have their prize giving, and I've got to get up there and give a speech, and they usually put some of my artwork into the brochure just to show the kind of thing that I get up to. So I've got to go and find some recent bits and pieces and send them over. There we go. And I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's got your fingers itching to make things and do things. See you on the weekend. Come and join the Crafty Nana for more upcycling, thrifting, and general clothing mayhem. Look after yourselves in the meantime. You really do have to.
If you enjoyed this, please like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. Bye for now.